Hey everybody, it's April 24th and just want to go ahead and show you guys what's been up lately. The previous video that's been up is it's actually a research project for a buddy of mine, and I just wanted to go ahead and throw the machine together as fast as possible and throw something on there and see if I can start cutting. Well, we did, and it's basically my guinea pig because we encountered some problems towards the end, and I'm going to go ahead and walk through all that and show you what's new to the whole system. Yesterday, or 2 days ago, basically, when we were cutting, we ran the machine for about 6.5 hours. That's according to Mach 3's maintenance log. And basically, the machine ran fine. After a while, some of the bolts, like up on the Y gantry part and the Z gantry, this member here became loose. Created a lot of play in the system itself. But as you can see, everything's quite sturdy. From the previous video before the actual cut, I didn't have these in here. Basically, I used the same as CNC or Neo 7 CNC, who just put these T-nuts. They're called T-nuts. They dig into the bottom of the machine. Kind of hard to put in unless you pull them straight up. I basically put a pair of pliers on this side and screwed them in through the top side, and they kind of sunk into this cheap particle board. And basically, they accept quarter 20 bolts and my mounting hardware, and just a scrap piece of particle board just to mount my material to. And on top of that, I noticed that I didn't notice this until just recently how important this is. But basically, when I was cutting the plastic, the pieces of plastic would come flying off the machine, and somehow, I don't know if you can see this, but basically this hangs out over the top of my rail, but it was still able to fall onto the rail and get wedged in between my bearing and the actual linear guide rail and actually stall the motors out. So that's one thing that I'm going to have to take care of. I think I'm just going to put up a guard here and put a bracket that comes across here and protects anything from bouncing off of this and going down into the rail itself. And actually, I spent a good 2 days cleaning up after cutting everything, so I went ahead and ordered a dust vac and somehow managed to fit it into the machine just barely. I dropped down the lower support work area so that way I could fit that. I took the computer apart. I had to vacuum everything. It was like it snowed in here. Some other issues, obviously more debris coming over here onto my keyboard and workstation. Someone worked on something, either having the vacuum hose running into the Z machine or into the Z axis and actually sucking the material out before it hits the table. Some other issues were finding enough power outlets that could accommodate this. I am in a dormitory, and running a Dremel vacuum cleaner and a computer obviously blew a breaker. But other than that, everything's working smoothly. Oh, one other thing actually. When I was running the machine, it ran fine for 6.5 hours. We went and stopped and take a break, had some lunch, and came back. And for some reason, the breakout board had some issues with reporting limits, and then we were kind of suspicious of what actually happened. And once we overrode the limits, we couldn't get any Z movement. So as you can see, this is supposed to be the X, the Y, the Z, and this is A, B for the 5th axis and 4th axis. And for some reason, I'm not blaming the manufacturer or anything, but maybe I had some debris fall down or something. For some reason, I blew my Z port and the A port at the same time. So I'm luckily hooked up into the 5th axis, which is the B port, and just switched my port outs in Mach 3 for running my Z axis over here. And other than that, that's about it. I know I got a Dremel up there. It's kind of just a temporary mount just to see if I can cut some plastic and get things moving here. But later on I'll mount a hefty router to it with some new mounting hardware. I mean, this is a little bit flimsy. Could manufacture a little bit better. I was getting appropriate cuts though, so I'm happy with that. And please feel free to leave any comments, or maybe I missed something, just holler at me. Thanks for watching. Talk to you guys later. Bye.